have very different communication approaches right now. Our panel's back to analyze that and more. Brian Tyler Cohen, host of the No Lie podcast, and Jessica Millan Patterson, current chair of the No on 50 campaign, former chair of the California Republican Party. So, guys, they both see how to communicate differently. Governor Newsom doing all this Trump trolling, very aggressive, in your face, mocking Trump. Pete Buttigieg says, that's not my style. Nothing wrong with Governor Newsom doing that. That's his style. It's not my style. I want to get away from the memes. What do you think's the better approach?
I don't know that it's necessarily a question of a better approach. I mean, the beauty and the curse of the Democratic Party is that it's a Big Tent party. And so you're going to have folks in that party who want to see the more circumspect approach by Pete Buttigieg. And that's going to work for a lot of people who identify as Democrats. But then you have a big faction of the Democratic Party, too, who does, to Gavin Newsom's point, recognize the desperate need for there to be Democrats who are willing to fight, who are willing to throw a punch, who are willing to get out there in the arena. I think personally that's a little bit more where I'm at right now. I mean, I've been begging for Democrats to get aggressive in this space and not just continue to be the only party kind of yearning for compromise and bipartisanship while we see Republicans running off the cliff in the other direction. So I think that both work. I personally, lean a little bit more toward Gavin Newsom's approach, but in a Big Tent party, you need Big Tent approaches.
There's a new poll out of New Hampshire, which is kind of crazy to look at a poll right now, considering they haven't officially even started running. But it showed that Buttigieg right now is the leading contender. Interesting that Kamala Harris is at 11 after being the previous Democratic nominee. Jessica, of these two approaches, the sort of Buttigieg, let's be more moderate and talk about issues, or Newsom, let's be Trumpy and do a bunch of AI images, which one do you think is better for Republicans?
Well, I don't think it really matters. I think that you can slap on whatever brand you want on the same crappy product, and it's going to be the same crappy product that a majority of Americans aren't buying. And that's why we saw the outcomes that we saw in the last election cycle.
Do you think it's a crappy product?
I mean, look, I think that if you are claiming that the Democratic brand is so damaged and that the party is so crappy, the fact that Democrats have overperformed by 14, 16 points in every special election leading up to this moment right now, the fact that Donald Trump is underwater even at a lower point than he was in his first term is a testament to the fact that Republicans are not doing anything to pull their own weight here.
I think that we are looking forward to 2026 and even beyond that.
So if Newsom is the guy, that could be a role for you in terms of fighting him. You've been fighting him for years. What do you think of him as a prospective candidate?
That would be very exciting. I don't think anyone in America is looking at California saying that's what we should be doing. When we're number one when it comes to homeless, when we're number one when it comes to the poverty rate, when we're number two when it comes to unemployment, number one when it comes to illiteracy rates. We've got an affordability crisis. Every single thing that Gavin Newsom has touched, he has failed. I don't think anyone's looking at California saying, hey, that's what we should be doing.
He hasn't failed at winning elections against the Republicans, though. He's won over and over again against you all, and it looks like he's probably going to win this Prop 50 battle. The question is, are other governors going to jump in on this from the Democratic side?
And the reality is they should. I mean, I don't, to any governors or state legislators out there, I don't know what the point of building up so much political capital is if you're not willing to use it in this particular moment. I mean, this is a moment where we cannot unilaterally disarm. And so if you're in a position where you have some power to redraw your maps, and I'm talking about these Democrats who are in Oregon and Washington and Colorado, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, across the country, if you have the ability to step up and meet this moment with the urgency that it deserves, I'm calling on you to do exactly what we're doing in California and to fight fire with fire and to take steps that you need to take right now to actually protect our democracy in light of the overreach that we're seeing at the hands of Donald Trump.
So in Hollywood, we would call that the direct appeal to camera.
That's right. That's right.
Just breaking the fourth wall, it's going straight there. Jessica, I mean, where does that all go? I mean, because it seems like all of this has just led to our country being more divided. And frankly, if we continue to just gerrymander everything, then we end up in a situation where people are not really accountable to voters anywhere, and Congress itself could be even more partisan and less accountable.
And that's what it comes to at the end of the day. It's about good government. It's making sure that our elected officials have that accountability from the people that are electing them, not them choosing who their constituents would be.
And I just wish we had that moral clarity when Donald Trump issued his clarion call to Texas to redraw those maps, and there was nothing but crickets from Republicans.
Let's remember that was the Biden DOJ that sent the letter regarding the 14th Amendment.
We're not going to agree on that, but I do like that both of you are in Dodger blue. Obviously, tough night for the Dodgers. The World Series now going at least 6 games. Your thoughts on the World Series, Jessica?
Well, pitching needs to continue to be lights out, like we saw for a couple nights. We need to make sure that those bats get going. Yeah. They're absolutely capable. We have the depth. We saw that last night. Yeah. I think they'll do it.
18 innings was incredible. You have thoughts? Do you care at all about baseball?
This is the one issue where I'll be completely deferential to Jessica here, and I agree with everything she said. Let's go Dodgers.
Okay, look at that, jumping on the bandwagon. I appreciate that.
Well, look, as a